Richard A. McMenamin II here. This is a preceding video to the disclosure that's going to follow about Proctor Academy and how that campus was targeted by the New Hampshire judicial system. In 2021 and 22, I protected that campus from an individual that I felt was a threat to that campus. And today is October 26, 2023. Last night, the largest mass shooting in the state of Maine occurred. More than 30 people shot. Many people deceased because of it. And how is that related to this case? Well, I'll tell you, the person that did that up in Maine so far, they said that he was a National Guard member in the state of Maine and that he had mental issues. And the similarity is that the individual that I was concerned with, and you'll see in court records that he was coming down from Maine and frequenting that campus with guns. This individual that I was concerned with had the same similarities as this man here. He was in the Maine National Guard and worked at a National Guard base in Maine. And by record of Maine Supreme Court order, it's disclosed that he had mental issues, I guess you could say, or disorders enough that he was a threat to his own children. And it's disturbing because the same dynamic could have happened at this school. And all of my efforts to protect the school through what you would feel would be proper means were denied. So I was left to go and resource other types of protection on my own. And you'll realize that in this video that those protections are gone now. But this is how dangerous it is. It haunts me that this exact MO that just executed the largest mass shooting in the state of Maine and the 7th largest, they're saying, in the United States history. The exact MO is what I was trying to protect the campus of Proctor Academy from. Successfully so at this point, but you'll realize in the next video that the campus, once it's targeted by these individuals here in New Hampshire, I don't believe it will ever be off the target list. This is very, very dangerous. These situations, there's so many people that knew about what was going on with this individual in Proctor Academy, and nothing was done. And it was up to me for a period of time to protect that campus. And this is how these things happen. This is atrocious. And it's horrifying that people who are supposed to protect individuals and children and are getting paid for it actually become the imminent threat to other people in society. So go ahead and take a look at this video, and thank you very much for watching. Richard A. McMenamin II again. It's been a long time coming for me to disclose this piece of information related to my case because of the severity of it. And I wanted to make sure that there was full justification before I disclosed such facts. It concerns a prep school here in New Hampshire. The prep school is Proctor Academy in Andover, New Hampshire. Campus of 300 to 400 kids and faculty. Probably one of the most prestigious prep schools in New England. Unfortunately, the school is involved in my case. You can look my name up on the internet, parents of Proctor Academy. But the school was identified by me to have been in threat in 2021 and 2022, as I worked my way through my cases and into federal courts, the Proctor Academy issue was filed in the Supreme Court of the state of New Hampshire, and that was a threat that had been identified to the campus by an individual, and a Supreme Court order to back that up. The Circuit Court of New Hampshire and the Supreme Court of New Hampshire, instead of protecting that school, targeted the school. And that's what they do in this state. Because I'm operating at a level that's so up above everybody else, most people don't even know it exists, and we call it politics, but it's really it's crime against children in this state. Just heinous crime. You've got some of the most the worst child abuse cases in the nation's history going on right now, and the working is up in the judicial system to these judges that are involved in these cases. It's horrific, just horrific. And recently I've realized that the judges are in full retaliatory mode, and in 2021 and 22 I was able to protect that campus by utilizing one of the most powerful legal influences in this country. But that's gone now. That protection is gone. And because things have heated up in this case, and the whole atmosphere of the New Hampshire judicial system, especially towards children, has become very, very violent, I feel that that campus is at risk. And it may not be at risk particularly from the same individuals that put it at risk a year or two ago. But because the school has been targeted by these judges, and what's going on right now in this judicial environment and in the political environment, I feel that there is still a risk to the children there. Now, you all have attorneys, all you parents of children that go to Proctor Academy. I'm sure you have attorneys. And this is public information, what I'm conveying to you right now. Your attorneys can go to the Supreme Court of New Hampshire filings in McMenamin and Rispoli and look at the filing that I made to try and protect that school, to try and protect the children at that school, and look at the targeting that the Supreme Court and the Fourth Circuit Court Family Division here in New Hampshire, look at the targeting they did on those children. This was brutal. And if it wasn't for me resourcing these influences in other parts of the country to protect this school, I feel there might have been an event there. This is dangerous, very, very dangerous. My case, has bled over into the Sununu Center cases, as they say, the YDC Sununu Center, which is one of the largest child sex abuse cases in the nation's history. 1,500 victims, probably more like 3,000, 40 to 60,000 rapes of children. It's working its way up through the judicial system and finding people in the judicial system involved. And I've been in it long enough that I've been able to personally been able to identify people that are involved that are in my case. And if they're in my case, they're involved in now this Proctor Academy connection. Proctor Academy is on the peripherals of all of this. This was going into a federal venue before a federal judge, questionably, of course, has dismissed the case for the time being. But this Proctor Academy issue would have come out in testimony there, and they knew that. That this is no way to protect children. The court had the opportunity to protect those children immediately, especially when I filed a Supreme Court ruling from another state. I filed a Supreme Court ruling from the state of Maine, which identified the threat to that school. I mean, It's all the evidence in the world you need to protect that school. And instead, they chose to put the children at risk and to target the school because they were in full retaliatory mode. And anything they can swing at, they're going to do it. That's the thing right now with the state of New Hampshire judges. They're being cornered. There's over 3 million documents related to the Sununu Center case that identifies many, many judges in this state's involvement in those crimes. And everything is in chaos. The governor's gone down in the state because of it. Chairman of the executive council is seemingly involved. Now you have the attorney general creating humongous falsities and murder cases connected to this case. Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Your attorneys will see right away. And this goes not only for the parents of Proctor Academy, but you also, any parents of students, any private schools in New Hampshire, if you have the opportunity to get your kids out of here, I would. This is too dangerous right now. Too dangerous right now. I've run for the governorship of the state of New Hampshire in 2022 to protect my life and my children's lives because of this case. And, you know, I intend on running again, or I am running again in 24. But there's a long ways between now and then. It's going to take somebody to get into this state and to protect the children. There's even lawmakers coming out now and saying they're scared. They're scared, and they don't have any power. They don't know what to do to fix the situation with this predatory behavior upon children. So any parent of any child that has children in this state, take a look at this order. Have your attorneys look at this order. Look at this motion. Look at this order by the Supreme Court. Go back into the circuit court. Look at the filings in the circuit court related to this school. And you make the decision. Once they target kids at a school, individually, as a group, whatever it may be, they won't stop targeting them. They just won't. And lawmakers have come out and said these people need to be removed because of what they're doing. But right now, they're there. And I feel that the children at that school have been severely targeted by the judicial system of the state of New Hampshire. It's with a heavy heart that I come out with a disclosure like this, but no. I have a responsibility because I know things that other people don't know. I've experienced this retaliation in these courts. There's over 20 judges involved in my case. And once you corner these guys, they'll do anything to get out. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Take a look at that. You make the decision. Protect your children. Protect them. Thank you very much. God bless you all.